And welcome back to Cage Chronicles, number 2. How are we doing, guys? We're good?
Good.
Doing good, yeah. Glad to be back.
Actually, because you're going to turn. Yeah.
Oh, a bit of sympathy for me from last week, hey?
I think I prefer to be on the end, actually.
Yeah, it's nice. This is good because you can just kind of look in the one direction and speak. But last week I was having to turn both directions, you know?
And you can't just turn your head either because you got a sore neck at the moment.
I've pulled my neck a little bit. It's just, I don't know how I've done it. I think sleeping. But
yeah, old age.
Old age, yeah.
Yeah.
But the response we got from the first one was amazing. Some people were saying it was like one of the best podcasts they've ever heard.
Best ever.
It was like they were laughing, they were crying.
Yeah.
So it was just
such an emotional experience. It was like, yeah.
Did anyone say anything to you?
Academy Award winning performance.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I had a lot of people tell me that it's really suited for me, which I found quite interesting. I thought they were joking. Maybe they were joking.
Yeah.
But apparently podcasts are quite suited for me.
I think, yeah. Maybe without the video, but like maybe just like...
Yeah. I think it's because viewers mostly listen. That's really helpful, really helpful. They don't get put off straight away, you know? But then same for yourself, you know? So.
How do you find it, James?
Yeah, good. I had good feedback in that, but I think a lot of people could tell that I was...
Oh.
That scared me.
It scared me a little
I thought it was a moth. I don't like moths.
Is
that meant to happen?
Yeah. It's
pretty professional.
This is our Halloween version. That was a poltergeist.
Not bad.
And it's not working, so I'm going to go like this. It's gone.
Good job.
It's gone.
Improvisation.
Yeah, I just... people said they could kind of tell that I was like holding myself back from talking too much, so...
You're looking very tan today.
Which is a challenge. Yeah, I got sunburnt today, so I feel really hot.
A nice glow. Who's falling asleep on the sun?
What temperature was it today? What did it get up to?
I don't know.
25.
20. That's not too hot, but still.
Yeah, I was on a roof doing like real work, men's work.
Did you have a top on?
Yeah, I had a top on. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get like a farmer's tan?
Yeah, my arms got.
Yeah. I was gonna say, have you?
I don't want to like get too close to Steve because it would just make him.
That's the best I get. That's the best one I get.
I was gonna say, you probably do you know those do you know like a drumstick tan? Have you ever heard of that? Do you know the lollies from? Oh, do you know drumstick lollipops? Those, it's like the
lollipop.
white. It's like a drumstick. No, it's a lollipop.
No,
it's an Irish thing, and maybe like an English thing as well. It's like
I know what it is, drumstick.
Yeah, and it's got like the white end and the pink end.
Yeah.
And then like his arms will look like the white end and then the pink end because what you call that over here? Like that it's like a tan.
I don't know, but I feel you've wasted 2 minutes.
Okay, sorry.
It's a tan. Yeah.
It's funny. No, basically your arms are gonna look like pink and then white.
Well, no, I think they're gonna go brown.
Oh, okay, good.
They're pretty brown.
It's great stuff. So let's talk about the fights first. So we had the fights on the weekend. Myself and Kev were coaching in the corner. James was drinking in the stands.
Yep, I was in the crowd.
He wasn't required this time.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe there was. I don't know who carried the bucket because I'm pretty good at carrying the bucket.
I was carrying the bucket for a little bit in swap between me and Ryan.
That's
I
right.
carried it for a bit, and then one of the fights Ryan carried it out. So
Yeah.
The word on the street is that I'm the best bucket boy around.
bucket, you can have that. Like I don't want that title at all. I mean, no, it's good. But no, we had really successful fight from Harvey.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Massive debut. Like that was really sick.
Really good debut. Striking was sharp. Good combinations. It was pretty composed.
I was surprised about how composed he was.
3,000 people there.
Yeah.
I saw that. It got put up. It was like record breaking. Yeah,
3,100 or
To
something.
walk out in front of that many people for your first one. He's only done a couple of like smaller things before with the Muay Thai. Is it amazing? Really good.
Yeah, I was really surprised at how composed he was. Like he looked real calm, even in the fight as well. Like in some of the exchanges, he's like really level headed. Looked like he was thinking. He was switched on. Like good feints and movement. I was really impressed by it. And then a couple of cool things, like threw a couple of cool moves, like Superman punch and everything. I heard the commentators saying like, oh, that'll be the next Facebook profile for him and all this kind of stuff. I was like, yeah, it's just really cool for him to get that like all out there on the debut.
I haven't actually seen the fight. I was on the cage side, but I haven't listened to the commentary of the fights.
Oh, yeah,
I went back and watched Frank's after, but then I didn't watch them other two yet. I think they did live stream, I think.
I was going to say, usually they do for the live stream, but then afterwards, like, you can't go back or anything unless you've, like, pre-recorded or something. But sometimes they do chuck them up like eventually you can go back and watch fights, or maybe YouTube and stuff as well. But I remember I just watched his when we were back in the warm-up room.
Yeah.
Because I was like trying to keep check of like where the fights were and timing and stuff. But yeah, I got to watch that one back there. That was pretty cool.
Really impressed with him. Really good. We'll get back in there. Maybe get him back in February if we can get him a match. Good. The guy was swinging for the fences, the one he was against. Then when he went underneath him for that double, I thought, oh, he's going down, and he managed to stuff that.
Yeah, that was so sick.
Straight back up. It was like,
yeah, and the guy literally kind of like ran him like across the cage as well with it, but he just managed to pull him back up. It was like wicked strength.
So cool.
Yeah.
And then Luke's fight was a banger.
Yeah, man, that was pretty stressful. Hey,
me and Kev were in the corner like someone's getting knocked out here.
Yeah,
from like obviously from the crowd, like a few beers deep watching, but I did notice like Luke's sort of like, well, it's not an octagon, it's like a hexagon, I think, the internal page, but yeah, like his control, like really like controlled the center like a lot, like that. That was one thing like you really noticed from up there, and like he looked like quite you know, like pretty clean and crisp, like throwing and stuff. Like his striking looked like pretty crisp and that. But yeah, it was his
opponent was massive.
His opponent, like from the crowd, looked a lot bigger than.
He went away, and I was like, whoa! I think he's fought a middleweight before. You've seen the size of him, and obviously I've seen him the last one, his KO and stuff, and I thought it was going to be a hard one, but when the first round, I think Luke was trying to find his timing. He got clipped that one. He came back the corner. He goes, that was a good shot. Yeah. And then the second round, I thought Luke had it. I think it was like his timing was better. He was clipping him more. He started to he's really starting to get it here. But he's like, we were in the corner, like, if someone lands here, someone's going down, because they were banging on and they both threw like heavy leather. And then, just got clipped in that third. But I think even the doctor was like, it wasn't a KO, it was a class of TKO.
TKO,
his eyes didn't roll back, just went down. And then obviously he came in for the kill, did the right thing.
Couple shots after,
And afterwards, he was absolutely fine. He just had a little bit of a cut in his eye, so straight back into training once that's healed up. But it was a good fight for him. Just that's what happened.
It's one of those things, like especially with like you and I said, before the fight, like someone's getting knocked out. It's just like both like really, really good technically, but you could see in the exchanges, like when like couple are landing both sides, it's just luck. It kind of is luck of the draw. Obviously, you've got all this technique, but it's like, well, just kind of one of these lands, like right place, right time, and like someone's kind of gone out, and it's just kind of like favored, like kind of the wrong way for like Lukey that time. But yeah, it just happens, part of the game. You know what I mean?
Good fight there. It was good, evenly matched, I thought. And then then Frank's fight. Frank looked good, looked fit, looked composed.
He looked super fit.
He was getting beaten to the punch sometimes, that left cross and knocking him back. But even when Frank was coming back the corner, he goes. I said, you rocked. He said, nah. He said, it's just off balance a lot of the time. So he was landing beautiful shots, clean shots. The other his opponent. But I was thinking, he's gotten rocked there. But like,
trying to find his feet a little bit on the canvas.
I think he's bringing his feet together when he was like moving on the back foot. And then, then he got him down that first round. That was a nice takedown, got top position.
Sounded good body kicks as well.
His opponent was very strong in the wrestle and just wanted to hold there for a while a little bit and work those knees a little bit and just caught with the choke. But I think he'll learn a lot from that. He'll come back.
It's interesting, actually. Just want to touch on that. Do you know you're saying like crossing his feet a little bit, like trying to find his feet in the canvas? I don't know if you like kind of agree with this or not, but sometimes I find I don't know if it's nerves or what, but like if I go on a fight at the canvas or the floor, sometimes it's always just a bit, I don't know if I'm just high energy and I like don't feel super comfortable on the ground, but it's really weird. I always find it takes a little bit for me to get my like footing and stuff on the canvas and like move around and make sure I feel really, really comfy. It's almost like I don't know, like maybe you train heaps of times like on mats and all that, it's like quite grippy. And then you go to a canvas and it's just like slightly different. So in my head, maybe like the first little bit of the round, it might be a bit like off balance on my feet. But then as the round goes on, I like find my feet a bit more. Do you have experience with that?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think, for his case, I don't think it was. I think he was just getting backed up. He did a good job of backing him up. And then even that counter striking and stuff. But I think we'll work on some stuff, get back, smash it again. It was only first time he's lost, so everyone loses one, at least. So.
Yeah, it was hard to tell from the crowd. Like I was sitting with Cam and Courtney at the time, and like we were watching, and like how you were saying, like he was sort of when he was getting hit, like stumbling backwards a bit, and then we're trying to tell if those hits were that hard or if he was just like off balance, like from the crowd. But obviously, the atmosphere of the crowd is like every one of those hits that does sort of knock him back a bit. The crowd's like, "What?" and it makes it seem like a lot worse than it is. But we're trying to like analyze and see like, is he just sort of like stepping back with them, or were those hits hitting that hard? Like,
it's pretty. Frank's pretty honest. Like, when backstage, I said, "Oh, was you getting rocked?" And he goes, "Not really." He goes, "He's very strong in the wrestle. Like, it was like a really good grip on him." He goes, "But I was just getting, I felt off balance and stuff when he was getting hit." So
he had that strong body lock, and then
it wasn't trying to rush anything.
Yeah, so like when Frank was trying to like ground you out and stuff, he was just stuffing.
Just different styles. Like Frank's more like an explosive, exciting like fighter, like
lots of scrambles. Yeah.
Well, what about when he did connect with the head kick and then the flying knee, and then I was like nearly over the bar. Like I was like, we were all like up, and then we thought like, he's going to get something going here, you know. So
it was a very exciting fight, very good fight.
What about the Frank the Tank chants? Could you guys hear
that? That's so good.
Did you like being in the corner in the moment? I don't know if you like block that out, or could you?
No, definitely.
It sounded pretty loud from like where we were at like a few points.
Yeah, I got a good little buzz on the walkout with Frank for sure. Like especially like wicked walkout song from him. But as soon as we walked out, I could hear the whole like crowd, or especially our team, like fans and stuff, like shouting Frank the Tank, and then we could see you all in that one corner together as well. So I walk around, just got like a big massive buzz. It was like really, really cool before his fight.
He was very composed again. Like he said, his fitness was great. Like so, just a little few bits to work on, and then back in there again.
Yeah,
it just is what it is.
Yeah, just touching on like the position. Like for me, one thing that kind of stood out. Do you know how he was kind of being held down, kind of around his back, and then just like holding really tight with the body lock?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts in a fight? Maybe like times ticking, kind of getting along. You're in this kind of like 50-50. One person's holding maybe a bit more of a dominant position, but isn't taking any risks to advance. Because they obviously don't want to lose a position. Yeah. And the other person's like kind of like in this lock, and they're kind of like, well, if they take a risk to escape, they can get caught with a choke or something. Yeah. So like, what do? You both kind of sit in ducks a little bit.
I think you got to do something, especially if nothing's really happening. Then just on a couple of knees or whatever, you got to make a move, because you are in that the person's in more of a dominant position. So if you're getting judged, nothing's happening.
You
have to take a risk and try and get out. Got to fight the hands. He wasn't really fighting the hands so much. He was trying that Granby roll a couple of times and stuff. Just a few bits to work on.
I think the emphasis is like, like if you're in a dominant position and you're just holding the person, I guess that sucks in a way, and it makes it even harder for the other person to get it. It makes it way harder if they're not like trying to advance or look for stuff. But then also it's like, that person's holding you in a bad position. The emphasis is on you to get out.
Emphasis should be on damage caused, but if there's nothing happening, then it's going to be the one in the better position.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what it is. You got to work. You know, if you're on top, you're pinning them against the fence. Nothing's happening. You're winning the fight.
To Frank's credit, there, I think there was one round there. Like I felt like he was like held in that sort of like body lock position for like a good like 4.5 minutes, and he got out. He got out after all that time. Like it was like a long time, and he got out. I was like, geez, like he just like stayed like pretty safe, really found his timing, and then eventually got out, and he's straight back to his feet, and he's moving, and
even afterwards he goes, maybe I should have fought a little bit more in them positions. I felt pretty relaxed in that, and he had the energy to do it. So it's just a learning curve as well.
Yeah.
And then there was good lot of fights again. 3,000 plus people there. It was the biggest audience I've ever had.
Yeah.
A few stoppages. Watch Wes's fight was good.
That was pretty
really good.
That's that fifth opponent. So fifth opponent. That guy took that fight against Wes. And that was like quite entertaining to like watch that sort of taekwondo or karate.
Yeah, clash of styles.
That style that guy had. Yeah, and then like obviously Wes just found it like
calculated. Yeah, kind of read him out for the first little while.
Awesome boxing, and then Quillen.
Yeah,
against that guy. That guy. Man, that dude, it was just like, how is he still going? Like his eye was all in this like blood, and he's like, he just he just kept, and like to his credit, he was like, just like Quillen, you're thinking he's going to finish him. Like Quillen's going to finish him. And he would just escape. Just kept on getting out of like the bad positions and just survive. Like it was very really
impressive.
yeah, it was impressive. Yeah, watching him like sort of battle through that whole fight. You know, all the way.
I only saw a bit of that one because I was out the back with Frank, and then by the time I come out and missed a couple of rounds, but yeah, it looked like he'd bashed him up a little bit.
Yeah, like he, it was impressive seeing he would like, you think, he's done now, like he's got him. Like I think like Quillen might have had a few subs. He even had him like mounted with like a bit of ground and pound, and that guy just like found a way out, like just kept it going. You know, like,
those are the exciting fights, like, you know, like really back and forth. Kind of, you think it might just be over, or something's about to happen, and then all of a sudden, boom, tables turn a little bit. Like one person gets out of position and just like keeps going. I think that was really exciting. It was kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah, you could. That was one thing, like watching the whole card, like from the crowd, you could see it's quite evident the difference from like the start of the card to the end of the card, like the amateur to the pro, and even the guys with the more experience, like things that would stop an amateur fight, you know, like might be like one, like a combo or a decent hit or something, and then that stops as like a TKO or a KO or even a sub attempt, and it's like they get it on and they get subbed. And then as you go further, just because obviously the skill level, the experience, it's just massive difference to see how much longer and how much more like bad position. Like even watching like you know, like Frank, he's like getting clipped and stuff, but he's just still like going with it, and then still coming back, and then able to like stay composed and like and then find some of his own strikes and like escape that body lock, and then even that last fight with like Quillen and that, you just see that difference, and then obviously it just keeps on going all the way up until like you get to those like UFC champions and things like you definitely see that growth of the fighters like as they.
Absolutely love it. I feel like it's like extreme problem solving. Like, and I use this to explain to like some people, like the idea of sparring as well, and like not going like super hard all the time, because like the enjoyment factor out of it, like, for me is problem solving. So like if I fight someone like really tall, that's going to be different to finding someone smaller than me. And then when you go into, I have once in my life in New Zealand. Yeah, the Samoan guy. I got scared. Yeah, because he was actually he was smaller than me and like 70 kilos, and he was ripped, man.
What did you think?
His name was Markel, huh?
What do you think?
He was 10 years old.
The fight you were supposed to have.
Well, which one was I supposed to have?
Who were you supposed to fight on Eternal?
Oh, like Julian?
Yeah.
What
do you think of the fight?
He called you out at the end. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, yeah. You see, Blake, the announcer, said, you know, you were meant to fight Kevin Coppermore, but he's like been injured, and so they brought that up and discussed it. Yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he said, is it Julian?
Julian, yeah.
Julian, yeah. He said, Kev's next fight is against him in the cage.
Nice, so that's cool. That's interesting, yeah. I don't know time frame and stuff on that. I mean, if he wants to, that's really cool. I'm super down to like obviously still compete. It's just a pity that like tore my LCL and stuff. But I watched his fight. Like again, like huge respect to him. Like thought it was a good fight. But like I just think it's very exciting. Like I'll still do my fight camp, my training plan and everything. Go out there, smash it. But if he's down, like I'm down for the future. So
let's see on your recovery and that.
Yeah.
Out from there.
We're like 20 minutes.
And then maybe what?
We're like 20 minutes.
Maybe a battleground, maybe a battleground match up with Ming one day as well. Maybe when you're like 55
years old.
Who won? Who was it? Tony Ferguson.
Yeah,
I think
that's classy.
I think Ren did that hit on it. Yeah. That's that fight,
the Tony Ferguson.
I'm kind of afraid to like if it does come up again, like take it. If it does pop up again, I'm just gonna be like, no more. I was saying to Ming, like at least just come to the gym, like when I'm healed up, and we'll just have a roll. Like we'll just get it out the way in the gym. Just like come
probably walk in with a trip over us.
Yeah. Get injured before it even happens. Hey,
yeah, that's funny. All right, we're gonna take a quick break and listen to our sponsors. No, if you want to sponsor us, you can. Wolves then sponsoring us. Wolfsden, Perth. Okay, we'll take a little break. And we're back. Here we are. So, what else? News has come up. Some big news is coming up. What's the big news?
World Championships.
There's that, but what else? What else?
What are you on? What are you hitting towards?
Alden's fighting.
I was like, I can't read your mind. I was like, what?
I thought you like.
I was
it
like,
was like something special.
I know. I was like, something happened that I don't know about. I was like,
Alden.
Alden's
got a title fight.
Yeah.
Against Crazy Horse. Have you seen him fight before?
Not like live or anything like that. Like probably seen some on like Eternal fights on.
That's a no. You haven't seen? Have you seen?
Well, not in person.
Yeah,
I've definitely seen him fight before. Definitely seen him fight before. Yeah, like he's very familiar looking as well.
Yeah. Have you seen him fight?
No.
It'd be a good fight. It'd be a bit of a barn burner, I think.
What kind of style?
He's quite sharp with stuff, but he can be like a little bit scrappy as well. Like same as like Alden's got the power advantage, I would say. But he's very sharp, so it'll be a really good one to break down, analyze, and get that fight in there. It'd be good. Really good fighter.
What date are we looking at?
February. So I think it's 10th of February or something like that. Eternal. Because February you got that one, and then Ryan's fighting for the Path to Hex title again on the end of February, so 24th of February. So it's going to be a busy one.
Yeah, and he's doing bantam. That was bantamweight as well.
Yeah. So we'll bulk up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we've got the World Championships. I'm the head coach for the World Championships in Thailand. So I've been to two World Championships. First in Singapore, which was amazing. All the World Championships are like crazy good, aren't they? You've been to one of them. Heaps of like different countries, like 40 plus to 50 countries, like 600 to 800 like competitors. It's just like absolutely insane. It's just a really cool experience. So this next one's in Thailand, Bangkok. So hopefully get all the countries back, because when you were fighting, they didn't have Ukraine there or anything.
No, they didn't.
Really happening, and they had a really strong team in Singapore. Yeah, so Singapore was the first one where Courtney won the World Championship and then got the one championship contract. And the last one was the one in the Netherlands, where you got the silver. And so this one we'll take a few more people Thailand, over.
This will be really cool.
It'll be really, really fun.
December, hey.
In December. They never let you know in advance, so that should be really cool. And then get some more experience for the guys and girls and see which team we take over. We're taking 16 fighters over, so hopefully it should be really cool.
So it's always such a good, like, it's a really big event, like, to be a part of, like the World Championships. Like, even though I've only obviously been to the one in Amsterdam, but that compared to like the Oceania Championships, like very different vibe, like very different. Like super high caliber from like all the countries and stuff. It just seems like a much more like thoroughly run kind of event, which is like really, really cool. Yeah, I haven't been to Thailand either, so no, still haven't been.
Bangkok is insane.
Yeah, I really know. Like genuinely, it's on the bucket list. Thailand or Bali. I still haven't been. I've been in Australia for about 5 years now, I reckon. So that'll be my first time going to Thailand now for the World Championships.
That should be very good. Yeah, I want to see the caliber, because we went first to Singapore. We went to that one. On the finals day, there was like talent scouts from UFC, there was Bellator, One Championship, there was management and all that there, and it was insane. And then Netherlands, they had that little like section as well where they were coming over. You got offered a
what was it?
Sambo.
Yeah,
what was it?
I can't remember. What was it?
It was full contact Sambo with the headbutts and everything.
It was
he goes, "I'll get you on because he beat one of the top guys." And that we talked about last podcast. You beat him, and then his coach who manages that big event is like over in Russia or whatever. He goes, "Oh, I'll get you on." Yeah, and you were like, "I don't fight combat sambo."
Yeah, he offered me a title sambo fight in Russia or something. Yeah, I remember telling you, because I was like, "Oh, I was offered this fight," and you're like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah," and you're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Like, where is it?" And I was like, "Oh, like Russia." And you're like, "Oh, okay, like that's interesting." Yeah, and then we were chatting a bit more about it, and I actually at the time didn't know what sambo was. And then I had a look at it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I'm pretty sure the video I saw, those guys like headbutting each other.
Yeah, you can headbutt, and
I was like,
because the lad you fought at like 200 plus sambo fights.
Yeah,
there's a bit of a legend over there. That's what like Khabib and all them sambo fights.
But Craig Jones says sambo's fake, so just ignore it. Pretend it doesn't exist.
I think it works pretty good. I think it works pretty good.
So Alden's fighting for the vacant title.
Yeah, for the vacant title. Yeah, so him against Crazy Horse, that'll be good. It'll be one of the main event fights, if not the main event. So that'll be a good one to train up towards, and then hopefully we'll get a heap of like other lads on.
Yeah.
Some of the ones I couldn't get on this time, maybe you'll be better for that one.
I was going to say, yeah, it's really hard to tell. I don't know where I'm at, like, with my rehab and stuff. I'll be getting that this week, I think, and then I'll be able to know time frame and stuff. Because obviously I want to fight, like, as soon as possible, but I need to be, like, on the mend, like, really, really good before coming back. Don't want to come back too early, but you never know. Could be on that card.
Could be there, and James will be on
I could
the corner.
I'll be carrying the bucket.
Nice.
I can carry the bucket.
Tell everything,
You do the massages backstage.
Yeah. No, but when it goes to the ground, you can just go get a coffee, Steve, and I'll take over.
Easy.
Right? So you have a break and let the jiu-jitsu master step in, all right?
Yeah.
I've got.
You saw when I cornered Alden, went to the ground for like 10 seconds, back to his feet like that. That was all me. That was all me. I said like 3 words, straight back up.
Yeah.
Easy as.
You just went, get up.
I mean, who's the? Have you seen Derek Lewis in UFC saying that jiu-jitsu like isn't real, like doesn't exist? Just stand up. And
He does.
And then have you seen the highlight like video of him just standing up?
Yeah.
I was like, actually, like it's a good argument. Hey,
So maybe if you just don't believe it's real, then you can do that.
Yeah, what's that like? Peter Pan, you got to believe you can fly, and then you can fly. Hey, just believe that it's not real. You just stand up and then boom, just go. Hey,
No, Derek Lewis is a bit of a phenom, really, a powerhouse. So so I'm looking forward to going to Worlds. That'll be really cool. We're waiting next week, so I'll be back in the UK for a little bit, and then I'll be back. Then got that one. Should have some fights coming. McCartney's fight should be coming up.
Where's that again? In
Canberra.
Canberra,
yeah. But first girl dropped out. Second girl dropped out. We might have another opponent, but hopefully, fingers crossed.
Oh, is it still in the air a little bit?
It is now, Girl broke her nose. So,
would you like sparring and stuff?
I presume so.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not out in the streets.
I
presume so. So hopefully she gets a match in. A few other guys are getting matched as well, like some of the beginners. There's got so many fighters in the gym now, it's just hard enough to get matches for everyone. And then they got the jiu-jitsu comps coming up.
Yeah,
everyone we're going to be competing in those. Finish the year like pretty strong. Last thing we'll be doing is the world champion. Oh no! So when's the SGT?
That's December 10th. The white belt only.
So that'll be over in Thailand. So that'll be the last one for the white belts. So that'll be good.
Yeah, we got a grading coming up as well.
Yeah,
for the end of year grading. When's that?
Yeah, 23rd November.
23rd November. Easy.
Yeah, that'll be good. So busy.
And there's also the AFBJJ state titles on as well. So
the ADCC
and ADCC, yep. So
just packing it in.
But do you think there'll be many people from the gym going to Worlds?
There's a few we're trying to get on the team now. So I've got to go through the committee and stuff and see who we're going to take over, see what kind of entries we've got. But start getting the entries in and some good guys and girls. So hopefully we'll get a few on. We'll be able to take them over. Got my idea of who I want to take, so that'll be good.
Hopefully, it'll be a good turnout as well. I was going to say, is there any like information on like how many like different participants are going and stuff like that?
They're looking about 600 to 800.
Yeah. Oh wow. Hey.
So that's what they're looking at, and the Thai government is the one paying a lot of money into it as well, so it's going to be live on the Thai TV, like the Channel 7 have the one championship, so they're putting heaps of money into that, so hopefully it's going to be like very good, so
that's really cool.
Because you get some good performances, because over the last 2 that they had, the one in the Netherlands, one in Singapore that I attended, the amount of people who won or did really well that are now in PFL, UFC, one championship, just from winning that, like especially like a few guys in the one championship. Because you get noticed. Yeah. And that's people who are coming through, even amateurs, not even the pros that are fighting. Yeah. There's some of the amateurs coming through, so... That's
definitely noticeable. I was going to say, have you heard of UFL, United Fighting League? Yeah, that's a cool one that I was looking at that took quite a few people from the Amsterdam World Championships. But it's really cool to see, fighters that, have good kind of, amateur records or maybe haven't even touched pro yet, are getting the kind of call up to, fight on these promotions, and they're doing really well. But even there was, from the World Championships in Amsterdam, the American guy, I think, he fought at one championship, got, knockout with a slam.
Yeah, he did
as well. Did super good. So like, it's really cool seeing the caliber of fighters just from things that we've competed in, like the world championships and things like that, like getting chosen for that, and just kind of makes you excited that if you get that like opportunity, hey, you can just like get thrown into that mix of people as well.
Yeah, it can be
really cool.
Positive and a negative though.
Yeah,
you're thrown in too early or not too early, but really good experience anyway. Just getting like 5 fights in 2 days.
That's exactly it.
That's amateur fights. That's a whole year's worth. Not even that. You might get a fight, in just one weekend. Yeah,
because usually I was going to say, if you fight 3 times in a year, 4 times in a year, that's pretty good going, depending on like injuries and stuff, and obviously a lot of taxing on your body for the training.
Depends if you run through it. Like when Courtney started, we went on a bloody tear. Like it was every month she was fighting. We had 11 fights in 1 year, I think it was, and she was just like smashing them out. Yeah. And over 18 months, she had heaps. So I think if you can not get injured and you can like keeping there busy. 1, it helps you with the nerves. 2, it's getting you that experience, and especially in the amateur, because once you go pro, there's no going back, So you need to get that experience.
Yeah, not get injured, and then also getting the fights though as well. Like it seems to be like pretty hard in Australia.
I don't think it's hard in that certain weights are hard. Like heavyweight guys are hard to get matched. Smaller guys are hard to get matched. Females in general are.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for pro females, that is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So like you try and go, okay, I'm going to get a pro female at flyweight or bantamweight, whatever it's going to be, and trying to get a matchup. Seems to be quite a few amateur females coming through, but not a lot of them are turning pro.
Yeah.
So it's just I don't know if it's a backlog or whatever, or they're just not seeing it through or whatever. Yeah. I'm not sure, but
And what are you really meant to do in that situation then as well? Like,
you saw that, and you go, I've got to look international, but then are you ready to go international? And it's just really hard.
Yeah.
So, especially that flyweight division. Then you get some of the girls who are small in the strawweight, and it's really hard to get certain promotions to have them fights on. And then you get heavier girls, hard to match them as well. So it's a nightmare. It is a bit of a nightmare trying to do, but like
you definitely want to have that, like you said, like it is a balance between like getting that kind of routine of having those fights and that experience, because it does do a lot for your nerves. Kind of, I did this not so long ago. This is pretty familiar to me. It really does help. But then, if you have injuries or if you're dragging things along, like you're not in the best kind of shape or position that you want to be in for the fight either, or you're not getting matchups and stuff, and then that's leading to like long periods of time between fights as well. I think the
big thing with pull-outs, like people pulling out for whatever reason. It can't help you get injured or whatever, but some people are just pulling out, and it's like, oh my word, like you just got this fight, and then you get another pull-out, and it's going to be very disheartening.
Yeah.
But I got some real talented, but the ones that are there are very talented, but I think I can name most of the pros in Australia, which is insane.
Yeah.
But if you can get like over other countries and get that experience. But if you're a guy in certain divisions, you're going to get fights pretty easy.
Yeah. Some divisions are just stacked.
Your division is stacked.
Yeah, actually it is. Hey,
really
I was going to say.
The thing of featherweight is heaps of good guys in that.
Yeah. It is kind of cool though, like blessing in disguise. There's availability for fights there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is cool. Like in hindsight, like rather than not being able to get those matchups and stuff, and then especially like in Courtney's case, like if you're having like pullouts or you're not getting matchups, I'd find that quite hard, like mentally. If you're getting really motivated, I'm switched on, I've got a fight locked in, like let's go, everything's like game on, and then like might not be happening. Like it's just kind of like it's hard, especially because like, she's discipline.
So talented, and it's like I just wanted to get competition. You know what I mean? It's like that with a lot of the people. Like it's just I want them to compete, and if they won't fight her or just can't get the fights for whatever reason. It's a bit like it's a bit disheartening.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like that was another thing, because I was sitting with Annie Thatcher watching Eternal the other day, and like, or even and Fran, like we were talking about, like obviously there was no women on that card, so it's like you kind of.
But it's like it was hard. I had to get you can get the amateurs on there, I think maybe, but there's not like a great deal of amateurs in Perth either. So you have to fly someone over. It's very rare that you're going to get the match together in Perth.
It's definitely, obviously, it's definitely building. Like, you look at Eternals, like, production quality and everything. It's like really good, you know, like they got the big screen TV and everything. Like even when we were sitting there watching, and then they put the fight up with Alden and Crazy Horse up on the big screen TV and all that, and they've got that going, and the music and everything. It's like it's definitely building, and so, but yeah, it's just like, I guess it's hard.
It's just the pool. There isn't the pool of fighters, and then for whatever reason, some people don't want to fight each other, and then there's not that many pros, so there's not a lot you can do with it other than like keep promoting it, building up the girls, get the girls into fighting, because you get a lot of girls doing jiu-jitsu, and you get a lot of girls doing like Muay Thai, bigger pool of girls there, but MMA for some reason there's not as many, I don't think.
We think with jiu-jitsu, you remember when I first started competing, and like say Adam Metcalf was running SGT, but it was called BJJ for Life, and that was at the UWA judo club. I remember going to the hall there, and it was like, you know, maybe 2 mats running, 3 mats running, just a whole bunch of bros with tap out shirts and affliction shirts, like not a woman inside anywhere. And then now you go to HBF Arena, Claremont, 600 competitors. Like there's like so many women competing. There's like women actually there watching, families, mums, dads. Like it's just like come such a long way. And then with George starting Battlegrounds as well, and the production quality of we haven't been to a Battlegrounds yet, have we?
The 2 times that we've had guys on, I've been at fights abroad or it was in New Zealand the first one. Or what was it, New Zealand for yours? Where was that?
Queensland
for fights, yeah. So it just seems to be the same weekends because there's only so many weekends.
So that was you were at Eternal, and Sam and I were on Battlegrounds, but the production quality of Battlegrounds as well was like,
it looks good from what I've seen.
It's really impressive, you know, like with the raised stage and like the big mat, and you've got like the crowd, and it's just like come such a long way from being in the UWA judo hall, and then you know, like on the jigsaw mats and things, and now we've come here, and then I think George is sort of like maybe thinking about doing a combat jiu-jitsu as well,
really cool.
which I think there's definitely a place for it. So and then you've got ADCC as well, and so it's getting busy, but and popular. Like I mean, even SGT, like Adam's running like 10 mats, and like it's like a good quality match, and now he's got live streams for every single match. You can just go on YouTube.
So you think about that, the amount of girls doing it. If we go back to that, there's a massive percentage of girls doing jiu-jitsu. You'd think there'd be a small percentage that want to cross over to MMA. I don't know why they don't.
I think like
I shouldn't have sat in the middle.
Really? Yeah, looking left and right here.
I'll give you time to turn it. So my neck, I'm like this.
Yeah. I was gonna say you're like the what's the actor Ben something Batman? Remember back in the day with the suit where he couldn't turn his neck. Look, anyways, he had to turn like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, but I think it's preconceived ideas.
Bale's the best Batman.
I'm Batman.
Christian Bale's the best Batman.
Christian Bale. Yeah. Heath Ledger is the best Joker.
Yeah, Heath Ledger is the best.
That's really awesome. Back to the whole thing on girls competing in MMA compared to jiu-jitsu, because I feel like there's a huge.
You still didn't agree with it.
What? No. Yes, don't do that. Not live. Don't do that to me. Not live. Don't do that. There's definitely there's definitely like big interest for the jiu-jitsu. Like you're saying, at the jiu-jitsu comps, you see a lot of it.
Heaps.
But then it seems as though there's like, because you would think, surely some of them would be interested in MMA, but it seems as though there's like less of a percentage that like to do MMA.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like preconceived ideas, or like the kind of environment that you're going to be in and training in as well, because like even like our gym, I feel like compared to the other MMA gyms, we have a lot of like female like athletes that come into our gym, and I genuinely think that has a lot to do with just like the vibe in terms of the coaching, the way we like the way we conduct our training sessions and stuff. The emphasis isn't necessarily on like really aggressive fighting. It's like literally learning self-defense, and then that all instills confidence and stuff as well. And the same reason, like that's why I enjoy like mixed martial arts. I'm learning cool things, learning like how to defend myself. I get fit from it, and then being able to implement those things in challenging situations is like really cool. For like females being able to do it in a gym where there's just like other females they're able to train with, I think it's just as fun. And when they get in that kind of environment, that's why like really takes off.
Yeah.
Like, and they do really well. Like Ren, for example, trained jiu-jitsu before she came to like the den and trained with us. Yeah. And I didn't even know, like I hadn't met a girl that actually like had trained jiu-jitsu by themselves before and stuff. And the you look at the training partners that were starting to get in the gym with like Courtney, looking at Ren, looking at all the different girls, you can see like a really big like opportunity, I feel, for like a community or like really good like female training team there as well.
Yeah, and it's building and building. I think like Courtney is like from the forefront, like, you know, obviously like taking them under the wing and stuff, and working with the girls, and everyone else just like coming in. It's very welcoming. Yeah. So I think that's building, but it needs to be in every gym. You know, we need to build up. And then there's other gyms where they're getting the strong girl teams as well, but there's not as many.
Yeah, you definitely have that stigma though. Like when you know, like there's people that I know or friends of friends that, oh, you know, I want to come to the gym and train. I'm like, well, just come. But it's like that they have that barrier of like, oh, it's a professional fight gym. Like whatever picture they imagine in their head is like this, just like going to go in there and we're all going to be in there like ready to punch them out. And it's like, you know, before Ryan went and fought for the belt at Hex, and then obviously Frank on Eternal, like a week apart, and it's like my wife Stacey is in there on the mats at lunch class rolling with the twins, you know, and it's just like all nice, and they're rolling and they're doing their thing. And then those boys are about to go and fight for belts, you know, like, and it's like a happy, like.
That's the way it brings everyone up, and you don't want to separate like that. You will do separate training for like intensive fight and stuff. But I think everyone should be training together. Yeah, that's how I bring everyone up. That's how we get good, you know.
Yeah.
Like the boys aren't in there going like, you know, like Stacey's a mum and she's a blue belt, but they're not like, oh, I'm not going to roll with you, or I'm going to bash you, or anything like that. It's like, no, they're going to get something out of it. They're rolling.
You learn you learn off everyone. Yeah. If you think that like, oh, like this person's like not as advanced as me, like I'm not going to learn anything. Like I think that's the day you're just never going to get any better at martial
some people
arts.
have that attitude. They go, oh, I need to be training with so and so or whatever. It's like, man, you can work so many skill sets with different people. It's just a very like closed-minded attitude. But once you get more experience, I think you realise that. Yeah. But then they don't know. You're trying to teach people, like, if you work with this person, you're going to work on this, and you're going to improve this while they're improving that. And if they get better, then you've got a really good training partner for the future.
That's exactly,
that's how you should be thinking. Yeah. You build the team up.
Yeah, build someone up, and then when you need it later on, guess what? That person that you pour time and energy into.
I don't want to be. I'm too good to train with so and so or whatever. It's like it's such a. Oh, such a
that's
bad
a very
attitude.
And if you're chasing that the whole time, like, oh, I need to always find that interesting. Like, you see on the high level, like UFC, oh, this guy's like move gyms and like chase this gym and all that. Like, personally, I've always thought like, well, if you feel the need, I understand to an extent of doing it, like circumstantially, but if you feel the need that like, oh, like my coaches or like my team who have gotten me to where I am since day one are not like capable of learning, evolving, or like getting me to like, you know, or being part of that like level super up. I need to chase it somewhere. That you're not actually going to get to that level, you know, because if you like can get to where you are with a good team around you, you're all still learning. They all know you really well. Loyalty, the relationship. That's like exactly what you want to like mold and keep going for when you get into those high level.
Almost like it is like a family, because you're going to bump heads sometimes, but you don't just like go, okay, that's it. Like it's gonna always happen because they care about you. That's why you're gonna bump heads a little bit now and again. Yeah. But they're there to support you, and they want to see you through because they've took you from a certain level and evolving all the time. So I do agree with that.
Well, sometimes you're like when we changed to the den, it was like everybody, there was like quite a lot lower. Like a lot of white belts at that time. Yeah. But I think like what you're saying, Kev, sometimes you're always chasing this, the grass is always greener over there. But it's like sometimes you got to look inwards and go, well, why don't I look after my own grass, and I'm going to try and help build this here, and like I'm going to bring this up and like make this like work, and like said, it's just going to give back. Like,
how's that saying go? Like the strength of the pack is in the wolf, but the strength of the wolf is in the pack. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Like same thing. Like obviously you're going to add like a certain like flavor to the gym, but then like that gym like is going to have a huge impact on you. So like if everyone else around you is at a caliber and level, you kind of don't really have, you're going to bump up and meet that level anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously it's up to everyone else around to like be helpful, like especially if you're kind of coming in, like helping people get to that level. So iron can sharpen iron, you know.
That's the kind of gym you want anyway. Anyway, we're gonna have to wrap this up because I feel we're running out of time. So we'll be back hopefully within a week. If not, we'll be 2 weeks. I'm away for a week, so hopefully we'll try and get another one in. Otherwise, we'll smash a couple out when I get back, and then we'll have heaps more to talk about. Give us some comments when you listen to this, and let us know what you want to hear, who you want on. We've started getting some more people on. We're just getting a few out on the books just to get used to doing it. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see ya.